Hello everyone, welcome to YK Reviews. Now today in this video, this is going to be the second video game review of the channel, and today I want to be talking about the game Last of Us. So as you can see, this is the remastered version of the game. I never played the PS3 version. Basically, I had the PS1 and the PS2 growing up, but then I moved to the Xbox 360 during the PS3 Xbox 360 era, and then went back to the PS4. The reason why was because I had to save up money myself, and the best one I could afford was the Xbox 360. So I had to go for that. So I missed out on classic games like Red Dead Redemption and The Last of Us. So I got the PS4, and then it wasn't until maybe 2019 I bought this remastered because I heard so much good things about it. I'm reviewing this game because this is probably one of my, just like the Spider-Man game, like this is one of my favorite games of the PS4 era, I would say. And it's like, knowing that they're coming out with a PS5 version of this game, I genuinely don't understand the reason for that, like especially since it's being the same price. So like, I'm probably not going to buy the PS5 version just because I don't feel like paying the same price for this game, when honestly this game holds up for me. It really does. But I did play it, and I've got to say, it was the storyline between Joel and Ellie, that everything from start to finish was just mesmerizing for me. I'll start off with like the music, because as soon as like I hear The Last of Us, or I just look at the cover, I just hear the music in my head, and it is such a great like soundtrack. Everything in the game itself is visually amazing, and the soundtrack, I could listen to it over and over again. Like, it's that great for a PlayStation game. Like, the music in this really is like a standout, and I definitely feel like Naughty Dog hit the nail in the coffin with this game. Like, this really is like one of those games you have to go pick up and get, because it's a great game to play. And I'm excited to see the TV show adaptation of this game with Joel and Ellie. I'm thoroughly excited to see like what they're going to do with it. I've seen like little clips and screenshots of like the behind the scenes and like the actual like show itself, so I'm thoroughly excited to see what they will do with it. I feel like this part one, where it just focuses on Joel and Ellie, so like as you know, in the game, like an infection breaks out, and like Joel, his like daughter, gets infected. Him and his wife are like traveling across the country. They meet up with this lady called Marlene and this little girl called Ellie. They find out that like Ellie has been infected, but it's been 3 weeks, so she's basically immune to the infection. So them having to travel across the country to try and meet up with this group called the Fireflies. And so like, you're just traveling across like the country, going through everything, trying to like avoid getting eaten. Like, it was just, everything about the game was just amazing for me. And I feel like in terms of the runtime of this movie, I can't remember off the top of my head how long it took me to finish the game, but it's not a game that drags out or anything like that. I feel like you can spend hours playing this game, especially since it's an open world type game. You can go around into buildings, gather supplies, gather like ammunition, gather like all these things. So like, for me, I would go around, spend the whole time wherever I'm at, just like looking around, looking for ammunition, looking for like supplies, looking for weapons, just to gather up. So like, I just took my time going through that. And like, with the weapons, there's a selection of weapons you have, like shotguns, pistols, rifles, and even like creating smoke bombs, or creating like those bottle with the cloths and the fire. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Like, you have so much weapons at your disposal, and I just feel like everything that you see is just, it looks so good. It looks amazing from like the building, because you see sometimes in certain areas like buildings are just covered with trees and leaves, and like it's just it looks like a deserted land, deserted country. So everything looks so stunning in the game itself, and that's why I say this game holds up. The PS4, because the PS5, they're using the PS5 engine and everything, but the graphics in this game is definitely one of the standouts. And what I love too is that not just graphics wise, like the actors who played Joel and Ellie brought so much emotion and so much depth to the characters. You can feel the anger or the frustration or the emotions when they're interacting with each other. You start getting a soft spot for them throughout the game. Even like other characters too. Like there was one particular scene where they meet up with these two characters called Henry and Sam, and so they're like staying at the night in this certain location, and then you find out that the little boy who was called Sam is getting infected, and he starts attacking Ellie, and then Sam's relative, I believe it was his father or his brother, I can't remember off the top of my head, but the character Henry shoots Sam, like shoots his like own flesh and blood. And I was so shocked when I saw that cutscene. And that's what I mean when it brings out so much emotion out of you, like the character developments, you like feel for these characters. So it broke my heart when you see that little boy Sam get shot and killed because he was infected and he's trying to kill Ellie. And like, especially when Joel and Ellie, like the interactions between them, like the tension between them when Joel snaps at Ellie, and like you can feel that. And these are probably one of my two favorite characters in a video game because of that raw emotion that they bring. And then the whole like aspect of the open world of them like going from each place trying to find the fireflies, but when you go to like one location, you find out these fireflies are killed, so you have to go to this other place, and then you just go on this journey. And I'm glad you don't just spend the whole time just going through looking for like the fireflies at the very end, like you think you find it, to find out that it's not them, or to find out that they've been killed, and then you have to go to like a different place. Like it really brought a unique element to the video game experience, like I would say. And then the actual infected, I loved the design of the infected, like the clickers and the actual infected. Like when the ability to like crouch down and you can like go in silent mode and like hear the clickers, it just brought so much tension. And like when you get caught when they're running towards you, like trying to shoot them and kill them, it was a very fun experience to have. And I love the unique designs of them. I like how some of them were like different shapes, like some of them when like they just get infected compared to like the ones that have been infected for weeks or months. The designs was so incredible, and they weren't your typical zombies or that kind of stuff. So that's what I like about this movie, is that these clickers aren't like these, they don't like move around or act like typical zombies and stuff like that. They're intelligent, they're smart, and it's like tough to kill. You have to be very smart, you have to be very quick to like kill them. So throughout the whole game you have to like figure out ways to like kill them. And I believe in like one particular scene, it was with Tommy, Joel and Ellie, with this big clicker, this big infected, having to figure out ways to kill him, and it was so intense to try and do it. And I loved like every part of it. It took me a couple of goes to do it, but it was just like, you think that like it's going to be one particular like type of clicker or one particular type of infected, and they bring out this unique different one, which it makes you like keep you on your toes kind of thing. And then even like some particular like scenes or some particular like shootouts and stuff you have with like these extremist people kind of thing, where you have to like go hide between cars or like go under like bar stools and kind of stuff. Like it was so fun to play. It's so fun to like have shootouts, or so like it was great to play. And then even when you're going through, like sometimes when you go underground or go through like trains and stuff, just the setup and design of everything was really well done, and it keeps you on your toes. It gives you like different like elements to like have and enjoy while playing it. And then like towards the end of the movie, when you like switch, because most of the game you're playing as Joel, but then when you most of the game you're playing as Joel, but then when you switch it and then go into playing as Ellie during the winter because Joel gets injured and is like on his deathbed essentially, you have like it slows down a bit, but it's like a nice change of pace, and you play as Ellie. You're not as strong or like experienced with like certain like types, but you get to like roam around. You meet up with this person who you find out later on are like these bandits and that kind of stuff, and so you get to like kill one of them while the other one's like chasing after you, so you get like that experience with Ellie, and so towards the end, when like as Joel is recovering, he feels and senses Ellie's in danger. That whole like hotel fire scene with like Ellie and this guy, I believe his name was David, having to like battle through that, trying to kill him, Joel rescuing her just in time. It was such a great like suspenseful like sequence, and it was great to like play as Ellie because you're smaller. You get to go around through like certain types of like areas, certain types of holes, and fit through like small gaps. So it was really unique to play with. And so after all of that, like the very like ending sequence, very last scene where like they finally get to like you finally get to like the hospital with the fireflies, you finally meet up with Marlene, and they say that they have to like experiment on Ellie to like get since she's immune, they can like cure everything, but then it will kill her. Like that whole sequence with like Joel not wanting that, like it's created such a bond with her that you have to go and rescue her, going through that whole hospital, trying to kill everyone, breaking Ellie out of the hospital to rescue her, killing Marlene as well. That I felt like was such a strong ending and such a strong like sequence of events to destroying the fireflies, basically sacrificing the world for Ellie. I really like that. Like they could have gone like the cheap route and went with like Ellie will still live, they found the cure, etc. But like the fact that they went with this direction, I really enjoyed it. And it was so difficult trying to get out of that hospital with so many people, so many fireflies against you. And towards the end, when like he lies to Ellie about how she how like they found a whole bunch of people that are immune, like she's not the only one being immune, that there are others, but they just can't find the cure. Like lying to her about that, it was just so heartbreaking. And I was so excited to find out that they're making a part 2 about it, because you could like sense like she will find out the truth and everything about the fireflies. So the part 2, like what that would be like. But I feel like overall this whole gameplay from start to finish was just such an incredible ride, such an incredible journey. It really brought so much emotion, so much drama, and so much like enjoyment throughout the whole time of playing this game, which is what I really liked, and which is why I love this game so much, and why I will constantly play it over and over again no matter what. And be playing just the PS4 version, because as I mentioned earlier, I won't be getting the PS5 version if it's just the same price, but I will be constantly playing this one. And if you haven't played it, I would highly recommend it. It's definitely the best, one of the best games of the PlayStation era. It's definitely a unique type of game. It's not one of those typical zombie type games. It's really great. And there is a part 2 which I will be reviewing on this channel as well. I have some things to say about that game too. But if you haven't played this game, go out and play this game. Just like the Spider-Man game, those 2 games are just like up there as like the top games that it's must play. But this is my take on the game itself. If you've played the game, let me know in the comment section what you thought, like what your favorite parts of the game, what you didn't like about the game. And if you haven't, please subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And also follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description down below as well. Go check that out. I'll be trying to be posting regularly on Twitter, and also like every time there is a video up, I will be letting you know on Twitter as well. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for the support. This is YK Reviews. Peace.